Let's dive into messaging rather, as we're closing out the show here. We've talked through all these wonderful components that really make a go-to market strategy meaningful and successful.
Mhm.
But messaging is really where the light gets turned on for people.
Yes. And then messaging is another one of these areas where often it gets interchanged with positioning by founders, right? They're not sure what it is and they think they know what it is. And a lot of times it's wait a minute. So we have go-to-market in this phrase, so it must be all on marketing. And so you have to educate them again that this is a full-blown team effort. So you incorporate business strategy, product, everything else, right? For us, we usually start with explaining how you must have a deep understanding of your audience, right, as a very baseline. And that's not just demographic data, but also the psychographic data of interests, needs, pain points, aspirations, because we really want to make sure that as companies define their value prop and we help them with that, that the message can be clearly articulated. And then from there, it's about aligning with your brand voice and your identity, right? So whether it's professional, innovative, how do you want to be seen as a company? What is your vision? And that's where Gen AI has been huge for us. To your point, you can let Gen AI run with something. If you have the strategic know-how, you can leverage Gen AI to showcase the data and how the strategy is executed
Right.
to amplify what you're saying. And for us, we've done this extremely well where we can build trust and recognition with a brand and an audience with our proprietary process where we leverage Gen AI to make sure that it's on point in terms of voice, tone, brand, key phrases we want to include or avoid, and being very, I would say, almost surgical with our audience and our precision. And then, of course, running A/B tests. So having smaller sample sets, segmenting your data, testing out in smaller areas. How is this resonating? What are the data points, right? And then you have to leverage multiple channels once you get your baseline of data points. And again, the key there is to be very clear, effective, and consistent, right? I think where companies fall short again is they'll have a completely different message on social media than on their website.
Right.
And yes, there are nuances to each platform and channel, but at the end of the day, you have to be consistent.
I agree. I think another area is, and this seems so basic, but I tell you, if we were to put up on a board right now 15 different display ads, at least 50%, at least, would be too wordy, or
Yes.
it would be so confusing. We're working on a nice government contract right now. Another area that we see that the messaging is failing all of that strategy work in advance is they end up talking about themselves, that internal cultural, you know, components of who they are versus what the person can expect by working there, by buying the product, whatever it might be. And that is just confusing to the audience.